If you can't finish long articles without getting distracted, it's not because you're lazy, it's not because you lack focus, and it's definitely not because you're not smart enough. The real reason is much simpler. Most people don't struggle with intelligence. They struggle with how they were taught to read. Think about it. From the moment we entered school, reading was taught in a very specific way. We were trained to read slowly, to pronounce every word correctly, to sound things out in our heads. But here's the problem. That method was designed for learning language, not for handling massive amounts of information efficiently. So now, as adults, when we try to read long articles, reports, or books, we feel tired, we lose focus quickly, and reading starts to feel like hard work. You read word by word. You reread sentences without realizing it. Your mind drifts after just a few lines. And the longer the article gets, the slower and more exhausting the process becomes. But here's the truth most people never learn. Reading faster is not about moving your eyes faster. It's about removing 3 hidden habits that secretly slow you down. Once you fix these habits, your reading speed and comprehension can improve dramatically. Let's break them down one by one. 1. Stop subvocalizing. Subvocalization is the habit of hearing words in your head while reading. It's like having an invisible voice narrating every sentence. And while this helps when you're learning to read as a child, it becomes a major bottleneck as an adult, because your brain can process information much faster than you can speak. Your inner voice can only handle about 150 to 200 words per minute, but your brain can easily process 2 or 3 times that speed. So when you subvocalize, you're basically forcing your brain to slow down to speaking speed. The goal isn't to eliminate it completely. That's nearly impossible. Instead, you want to reduce it. You can practice by reading numbers or symbols without saying them in your head, using a steady rhythm while reading, slightly increasing your reading pace beyond your comfort zone. Over time, your brain will shift from hearing words to simply recognizing them visually. And when that happens, reading feels much lighter and faster. 2. Use a visual guide. Another hidden problem is that our eyes don't move smoothly while reading. Without realizing it, your eyes jump around. They pause too long. They drift backward. They lose their place on the page. This causes something called regression, the unconscious habit of rereading words or lines. And regression can slow your reading speed by up to 30%. The simplest fix is surprisingly low-tech. Use a visual guide. This could be your finger, pen, your mouse cursor, or even a digital reading tracker. Move it steadily under each line as you read. This gives your eyes a clear path to follow. It prevents random eye movement, reduces regression, and helps you maintain consistent reading flow. For many people, this single change alone can increase reading speed by 25 to 50%. 3. Read in chunks, not words. Most people read one word at a time. But your brain doesn't actually need to. Your eyes are capable of capturing multiple words in a single glance. This ability is called eye span. The wider your eye span, the fewer stops your eyes need to make per line. And fewer stops mean faster reading. Instead of seeing, the /brain/works/faster/than/speech. Train yourself to see. The brain works faster than speech. You're not reading word by word anymore. You're reading ideas. To practice this, focus on groups of words instead of individual ones. Avoid staring at every single word. Let your eyes glide across phrases. With practice, your reading becomes smoother and more natural. Read for structure, not for every word. One of the biggest mistakes readers make is treating every word as equally important. But good readers don't read that way. They read for structure. Before diving into an article, take a few seconds to scan it. Look at the headings. Notice bold text. Identify sections and key points. This gives your brain a mental map of the content. And once your brain knows where the information is going, it processes the details much faster. It's like traveling with a map instead of wandering blindly. You still absorb the information but with far less mental effort. The real secret to faster reading. Speed reading isn't about rushing. It's about removing friction. When you reduce subvocalization, guide your eyes properly, expand your eye span, and read for structure, reading stops feeling exhausting. Instead, it becomes smooth, focused, and surprisingly enjoyable. You finish long articles faster, you retain more information, and you stay mentally engaged from start to finish. Try applying these techniques today. You might be surprised how quickly your reading experience changes. And once you retrain how you read, you'll never look at long articles the same way again.